Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Match Trains Up YouTube channel. And as you can see in front of your eyes right now, there is a vast array of stock from different manufacturers in different scales. And I just want to do a video on a bit of a trader's guide to modern railway manufacturers in this country, just to show you who is doing what. You know, maybe best value for money, what's the best build quality, what's, you know, the cheapest, you know, what to avoid and potentially what to get your hands on. So without further ado, let's crack on with our first manufacturer. We'll go in alphabetical order, shall we? We'll go for Accurascale. Now, Accurascale are one of the newer manufacturers on the market. I think they've been going between 5 to 10 years now. And right in front of me here, I have one of their flagship products, the wonderfully detailed Class 37. This particular one is mine. So it's a second-hand one, so I've got it out of box. As you know from previous videos, I don't particularly like getting my hands on items and stuff, but because this one is mine, I will bring it to the cameras for you. And as you can see, what a wonderful, wonderful product this is. Superbly detailed. An absolutely wonderful model. A lovely runner. And yes, that's one of their flagship items. They also do loads of wagons as well. I'm going to show you these two, which are exclusives to the model centre. But yeah, just some nice banana vans there. And something a bit more upmarket. We've got triple packs of China Clay wagons here and stuff like that. Accurascale tend to do a lot of triple packs of wagons, which is alright because it means you get 3 in 1, saves your packaging costs, saves your postage costs. So yeah, for example, I've got 4 of these out for you for this video. These are all different product codes as well, so if you were to buy all 4 of these, you'd have 4 different running numbers to make up a lovely train as well. Now, you've probably seen this green box next to these Accurascale stuff. They have ventured out into Ireland of Accurascale. Irish railway models. I hope I'm getting this right anyway, but hey, the boxes are the same. The product code is similar to what Accurascale's usual product code is. And here we go, we've just got some Tara Mines wagons, which are exactly the same build quality as other Accurascale products. So, yes, Accurascale, to summarise, are making fantastic products. You don't always get it right. There are, every now and again, there's a couple of teething problems with certain products. For example, I stocked some Siphon Gs a couple of years ago, and the bogies on the bottom wouldn't rotate a certain way past some detailing bits. So yes, there are a couple of teething problems with Accurascale, but value for money wise, I will say Accurascale are pretty good. For a rating, I'm going to say Accurascale are, I'm going to give Accurascale an 8. So next up is Bachmann, and I've just got a few of their products up here. So we've got a DRS Class 20, brand new item. We've got a couple of steam engines which are in excellent condition but the second hands. We've got the Robinson 04 here, and there's another Robinson 04 as well. Oh, there's another Robinson 04, even better. So 2 Robinson 04s. We've just got a couple of wagons as well, and a couple of coaches. So Bachmann Mark 1s, they've produced thousands and thousands of these over the years. A staple centre of Bachmann's range. Another one there. Right, Bachmann. Their build quality is fantastic. I think it's one of the most reliable build qualities there is about with Bachmann. Great motors, and it just seems to be that Bachmann products are built to last. They are well detailed, consistent, solid, reliable products which are well detailed. However, the prices are creeping up. So, for example, let me give you just a little wagon here. A wagon of something like that now will be between the £20 and £25 mark. Now you can pick wagons up second hand for between £8 and £10 on toy fair stalls and monorail exhibitions and whatnot. Same with coaches. So the coaches now, so a typical Bachmann Mark 1 now is past the £50 mark. You can pick these up for the £25 to £30 mark, depends on which ones. Locos as well. Locos have gone past the £200 mark now for a box standard DCC ready locomotive, steam and diesel. So my advice as a trader is maybe wait a couple of years after a release and pick one up second hand in excellent condition of Bachmann stuff. But honestly, you won't be disappointed with the quality of Bachmann. And Bachmann have a little side hustle as well in their European Friends of Lilliput. So Lilliput are Bachmann products, and again, build quality on Lilliput is fantastic. Strong, sturdy, well detailed items from Lilliput. You know, same manufacturer. But again, on the continent, these prices are quite steep. So again, I'd recommend, if you're wanting Lilliput products, to get them second hand. Also, just a little shout out to my regular Lilliput customers and my regular European customers in here. I always like to get stock in for you guys. I stock well Lilliput because I have a lot of European customers. So there's a fair few off camera, but yeah, there's a lot of Lilliput stuff as well as a lot of Bachmann stuff. So that's Bachmann. They also have Aristocraft as well, which is G-scale. So they do G-scale 66s and stuff like that. So that's another little side hustle they have. So yeah, long story short, Bachmann, good build quality. They'll run and run and run and run and run. Well detailed. Just the prices are a little bit steep on first release. So now we'll move on to Dapol. Also, I forgot in the last clip to give Bachmann a rating. I think Bachmann are a 7. So just shy of a Accurascale there. But now let's get on to Dapol. And straight off the bat, Dapol are solid, reliable, and I personally think are a bit better value for money product wise. Let's get into some of their products. They go into O gauge, so they have loads of O gauge products, loads of double O gauge products, and loads of N gauge products. I don't have any N gauge Dapol stuff at the moment, but that will probably all change very soon. But just for this video, I don't have any Dapol engage to show you. So I can get one of these out of the box because they are second hand and I've got one out before. But let's get a Dapol product out. It comes out. There we are. So look, you get some bit of detailing for this wagon on this one here. So this is just a pretty bog standard Dapol O gauge conflat wagon. I can bring it out. So yeah, very well detailed, especially at the bottom there. It's a good build quality. You can also as well take the conflat off, so you can just run it as a flat if you want. But yeah, I have to say Dapol's build quality is pretty spot on. It's pretty consistent across all scales with their double O scale and their N scale products. Have these been used? No, these are still fresh in the box, so I'll just show you. But yeah, their build quality and their detail is consistently good. I'd maybe say ever so slightly just off Bachmann's, but that does reflect in the price. The Dapol products tend to be that bit cheaper. So Dapol, it's not been the longest segment for Dapol, because in reality I haven't got anything bad to say about Dapol really. Like I said, they're consistently good at what they produce, and they've got very good prices. Like they sell little box wagons, double O gauge box wagons on their website for about £11 each, which is fantastic value for money. So I haven't really got a problem with them. I'm going to give Dapol an 8. So next up is Helgen, or Helgen, as some people call it. Now, I haven't got many Helgen products in stock at the moment, I will admit. I've had quite a quite a run on Helgen products recently. I've had a load of cargo wagons sell and whatnot, so Helgen products are popular, especially the wagons. Wagons, good build quality. That is across their O scale and double O scale ranges. Same with the coaches, great build quality. Haven't really got a problem with their rolling stock. However, the locos with Helgen, while they are getting better, the build quality is definitely getting better. They're still lubricating locomotives with too much lubricant. I had a Helgen 86 in stock about 6 months ago, and I got it out of the box. I got it out for photoing, you know, for lighting and whatnot, and it was just full of oil and lubricant underneath, and it was like there was no need for it. There was no need for it. Why can Bachmann keep all the oil in the locos? Why can't Hornby and Accurascale keep all the locos, keep all the oils and lubricants in the locos, and Helgen can? So I do have a bit of a problem with Helgen's build quality when it comes to locomotives, over lubricating, over oiling, new releases. It's a little bit off-putting, because you know there's great rolling stock from Helgen out there, and they're doing a class 153 and a class 155 in double O scale, which I would love to get my hands on. The class 155 especially. Used to run around my area 10 years ago, but they've moved them all up to York and Selby now. But in West Yorkshire, they used to be prominent up and down through West Yorkshire. So it's just a shame that they just use way too much oil and way too much lubricant on their factory releases. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to give Helgen a 6 out of 10. Please lads, if you are watching, just use a little bit less oil and lubricant on your locomotives. Right, next up is Hornby. Oh, Hornby. Right. Oh. There's a bit of a love-hate relationship with Hornby. I think everybody has. I think everybody wants them to fly high and be the leading light in the model railway world. However, sometimes they don't help themselves out, and it's a shame because this is one of the biggest brands in Britain, and it's just, it can be a bit frustrating at times with Hornby. However, that's not to say that they haven't done some great things and are still continuing to do some great things. The Hornby Railroad range, may I say, is one of the greatest ranges of model railway items there is on the market right now. Hornby Railroad is an absolute gem, Cheap items from ex-Lemur tooling. The vast majority of the stuff is, but it's been upgraded, and this example, this peak, has a sound chip in it, twin track sound. So Hornby's Railroad range, I will give it to them, is fantastic. This Hornby Class 40 I've got in my hand is selling for roughly about 100 quid, and that's with a sound speaker as well. Yeah, I haven't got a problem with Hornby's Railroad range and Railroad Plus range. Again, another TTS sound locomotive, a Rail Freight Class 47. Yes, Hornby's Railroad range is absolutely wonderful, especially if you pick them up second hand as well. For example, this Flying Scotsman. This Flying Scotsman's a second hand one, and I'm selling this one for 55 quid because it's a cheap runabout. Look at it like a first car. It's a cheap runabout, and it does the job. They simply do the job. Right, let's get on to some more of the more standard range, let's put it that way. Now, hot and cold is all I'm going to say about their main range. For example, I've got a TTS Sound, what have I got here now? TTS Sound P2. A wonderful model, fantastically well detailed. Comes with etched nameplates and whatnot. Comes with all the bells and whistles. There's a wonderful locomotive, a good finish as well on that. I wish I could get that out, but that, again, that's brand new. So, you know, it's going back to the whole things that I don't like getting my hands on brand new stock if it's for eBay. But they have been known to mess up from time to time. A nice J50 there, nice little shunting locomotive. So yes, how do I put it? For example, you know, they've messed up with the Class 66. So they advertised their Hornby Class 66. They put it in that packaging, the main range packaging, and all of a sudden now it's just coming out in the railroad packaging, which it should have done years ago. The Hornby 66, I don't think was ever a main range locomotive. It was always a railroad range, and it should have been a railroad range from the moment Hornby released it. It's a good product. The Hornby 66 is a good product. It's a cheap alternative to the Accurascale and Bachmann locomotives, but Hornby, please don't advertise it as a main range. A couple of items are rolling stock here. Some Hornby Mark 1s. Now I will give Hornby credit on this one. Their Hornby Mark 1s are cheaper than their direct competitors, Bachmann. So even if people are saying online Hornby prices are getting completely out of hand, on some items they are still undercutting Bachmann. I think people just need to realise a little bit that, you know, if you're going to have a go at Hornby, please have a go at Bachmann as well. So yeah, that's just a little overview of Hornby there. I'm going to give them a 7. And a lot of that is propped up by their railroad range. A heck of a lot of that score is propped up by their railroad range actually. I think their railroad range is fantastic. I also think their TT120 range is fantastic. A little bit pricey. I do think in future they should do a railroad TT120 range. I do think that's something for Hornby to maybe have a look at. But Hornby, yes, just please be a bit more consistently good, and I think you will get back to winning ways again. So yeah, 7 out of 10, and I will bring in the next manufacturer, which is Graeme Farish, and I've not done this in alphabetical order, I've just realised. Look at that, you've all come a bit closer in now. So Graeme Farish, I really should have done this at the end of the Bachmann segment, but there's that much piled over there right now. I've sort of got a bit lost of what's what. So obviously Graeme Farish is Bachmann's Engage division, and their products are up to the same quality as their double O gauge range and their Lilliput range. Good high quality models, solid, reliable, do the job, do what they say on the tin, put it that way. Some of the older tooling, Graeme Farish stuff is a bit, but the newer stuff is definitely worth picking up. The only thing is, again, along with their main range and their Lilliput range, Bachmann pricing has suddenly filtered down to the Graeme Farish range, and stuff seems to be creeping up to other manufacturers' double O scale prices. So yes, while I do think Graeme Farish is good, great build quality, great detail, again I think it's been a bit of a victim of Bachmann pricing. So I'm going to bring in now a little bit of a niche manufacturer actually, in Kato. If anybody remembers that from the Pink Panther, Inspector Clouseau. So yes, Kato are a Japanese company, and they mostly specialise in Japanese trains out in Japan, believe it or not. Who would have thought that, eh? But they did venture into the British market a bit recently with the Eurostar. Now they've done the Eurostar in the new livery and then the Eurostar in the original Eurostar livery. I know there's a lot of similars going on, isn't there? Right, Kato products, I'm going to say straight off the bat, fantastic, absolutely fantastic at Kato products. Very well detailed. It's hard to detail Engage, it really is, and the Eurostar doesn't really do it justice because it's quite a, how do I put it, it's quite a basic model to do, is the Eurostar, but they've done it well, they've got the basics right, they've done it well, and it's great build quality, great packaging, a great runner, and it's just a shame they don't do more British outline stuff, Kato. I think that's a market they probably need to potentially tap into a bit more, because they could really give other manufacturers, other established manufacturers in end scale such as Dapol, Graeme Farish, they could give them a good run for the money, and I just think they're potentially missing out on a bit of a market for themselves. They've established themselves with some great models, I think they just need to push the boat out a little bit more, Kato. Kato, Inspector Clouseau, 8 out of 10. So next up is Lemur. Now, as I said in the Hornby section, a lot of the Lemur products now, their tooling has been passed on to Hornby and whatnot. I don't think Lemur are actually making any more British outline stuff. I know they still make some stuff on the continent, but yeah, they're giving up on British outline, put it that way, which, hey, I'm not surprised really. Lemur, right, Lemur. Oh. Picking them up second-hand Lemur, fantastic. I'll show you the prices on some of these. So you can see that there, that's £39 for a Lemur 47. And if I just get it out of the box, it's for 39. Okay, I won't get that one out of the box, that one's still got its seal on. No, I won't get that one out either. I'll get you all a Lemur 47 out in a minute if you bear with me. They're all still sealed. Why are they all still sealed? Have these been... Oh, you know what, let's get this one out. Let's get this one out. Obviously, these are all second hand, these Lemur ones, but... Now, Lemur products, to get into the hobby, are not bad at all. Not bad at all. Ooh, I didn't get really the right one out here for you there, but this one has been modified slightly. Somebody's had a little bit of a go at putting some detail on, and there's a slight airbrushing of weathering on. So it's not really the best representation of a bog standard Lemur locomotive, but I will say this as a trader, Lemur is old school Lemur is brilliant value for money. Brilliant value for money. You can pick these up for 35, 40 quid, and they've got, yeah, the motors are a bit loud, but as long as you service them, they'll keep going forever and ever and ever and ever. Yeah, they're not the most detailed locomotives in the world, they're not exactly Accurascale or Bachmann or Hornby or whatever, but if you're modelling on a budget, get Lemur, get some Lemur locomotives. Yes, you might have to hardwire DCC chips in and stuff like that, but for 35, 40 quid, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. So, this might come as a surprise to you all, but Lemur, I'm going to give Lemur an 8 out of 10. Pico, now. So, Pico don't usually do a lot of rolling stock, a lot of locomotives. I don't think they do. Do they do any locomotives? Oh no, I think they do a couple of 009 scale locomotives to Pico, but they tend to focus more on track and buildings and accessories and stuff like that to Pico. So this is just going to be a pretty quick one from me on Pico. I've just got a few of their wagons here in stock, and they are lovely little wagons. These are all sealed, so these ones are all brand new, they're not been out of that box, but to me, oh, that one's gone for a roll. To me, these Pico Engage wagons look very, very nice indeed, and they look very well detailed, and they're cheap. I sell these for just shy of a tenner. I think some of these are about £8 each I sell them for, so second hand Pico stuff, you can't go wrong. Well detailed, and I'm sure if I was to look on their website right now, they wouldn't be selling these for much more than what I'm selling them. So Pico, while you do a very small rolling stock and locomotive range, I'm going to give Pico an 8. So next up is what we could call another manufacturer who is trying to chase down the big boys. It's Rapido Trains UK, and I know, yes, they do have actually an American division as well. I tried getting some of their stock in, but it turns out it's very, very expensive to get from across the pond, so I won't bother paying the import taxes on some of their stuff. I'll leave it for another day. But Rapido products are fantastic quality, absolutely fantastic quality. Really well built, really well detailed. I would get these out, but these are brand new. These came in stock this morning. I got these delivered this morning. This is what gave me the idea for this video is these wagons, believe it or not. I know this whole video has stemmed from these 3 wagons I've just shown you. Hey, my brain's not right. So that's their double O gauge stuff. They also do N gauge, and again the N gauge stuff is wonderful quality. Wonderful quality. So that's their conflat wagons in N gauge, and they've been going down the local route as well. Rapido Trains. J70, one of their, I would say one of their flagship models really, one of their earlier flagship models in collaboration with Model Rail. But obviously they have to, Model Rail had to go to Rapido for some tooling. And also their, Real Track 156 as well. So again, this is brand new. But I say J70 in a lovely presentation box, similar to Accurascale. Now Rapido's build quality, I don't really have any problems with it. I don't really have any problems with their detailing. I think their pricing is just ever so slightly a bit steep. Just maybe 1 or 2 quid steep, but hey, if you pick some of this stuff up second hand, you are getting a bargain. So Rapido Trains are going to take the lead with an 8.5. Yeah, I know. Sorry Revolution Trains, but last by all means not least, I have one Revolution Trains item in stock. I know it's a very poor representation of Revolution Trains. I do apologise for anybody from Revolution Trains watching. Yeah, just haven't got a lot of your stock in at the moment. But yeah, that's a Revolution Trains wagon. We're talking on the same par as Rapido Trains for detail. Again, Revolution Trains, are an up-and-coming company. I'd probably say they're probably on par with Rapido Trains. They are bringing out some wonderful stuff though coming up. I know they're bringing out Class 175s and Class 180s in N gauge and double O gauge, and I do have a Grand Central 180 double O gauge on pre-order. Could not turn that down, especially how well detailed their items are. Value for money, I'm gonna go on the exact same level as Rapido Trains, maybe 1 or 2 quid above, but the pre-order I've done for the 5-car Grand Central 180 I think is incredible value for money if you put it up against Bachmann. So for that reason, I'm going to give Revolution Trains an 8.5. So here are your joint winners of today's video. Both Rapido Trains and Revolution Trains have come in tied first place with a score of 8.5 each out of 10. And like I said, this video was just a little bit of trader's advice and my own personal opinion on model railway manufacturers, you know, what they do, what they're good at, what they're not so good at. There is one manufacturer I forgot, and that's Cavalex. I do apologise to Cavalex, I don't have any of your products in at the moment. I did have a Class 56 in, and that was incredible. I'm just going to say on par with the Accurascale. So if Cavalex, you know, if I did have some Cavalex products to show you, they would probably get 8.5 as well. So we'd probably be a 3-way tie between Cavalex, Revolution Trains and Rapido Trains. So I'm going to wrap this video up now. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for watching. If you've got to the end, well, thank you very much, because it's been a long video. But yeah, I just wanted to show you a bit of a trader's opinion on manufacturers, what they're doing, what they're not doing. And just give you all a little bit of a reference. So, thank you all for watching. If you've got this far, like I said, well done. Please drop a like on the video. If you're not already subscribed to the Max Trains Up YouTube channel, please do so. We're up and running now. We're firing on all cylinders. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video. Take care, and I assume your cup of tea's probably gone cold. Goodbye for now.